courage to love.
Sophie and Robin's sourdough bread and berry tea picnic.
As autumn frost still clung to pine needles, 10-year-old Sophie walked into the forest with a willow basket. Inside lay a linen-wrapped sourdough loaf. Born from yeasty beastie, a mystical dough starter passed down from her grandmother. For 30 years, this living dough slept in an earthen crock. Each morning, Sophie fed it warm oat milk, and when she tapped the wooden pail, it bubbled glug glug like a cheerful greeting. Today's loaf was special golden pumpkin puree kneaded into the dough, slashed with maple leaf patterns. While baking, its aroma had woken every alley cat in the village, their eyes gleaming on the windowsill. Deep in the forest, inside a 1,000-year-old oak hollow, a pointy-eared sprite named Robin tiptoed to pick the season's last wild blackberries, his pinecone cap tilted as he held a firefly lantern for his starlight berry tea. He needed 3 magical ingredients: berries kissed by dawn dew, mint leaves with woodpecker holes so wind spirits can sing through the veins, and most precious moonlit dewdrops collected from spiderwebs in crystal vials. Now he puffed his cheeks, blowing steam into a copper kettle. Violet mist swirled from the spout, shaping itself into a lark. Robin Sophie's call startled an indigo bunting from its branch. Trade yeasty beastie for your starlight tea. A silver-haired head popped from the tree hollow. Sophie, catch that runaway berry. A plump berry tumbled down. Sophie caught it in her apron. Just then, snap, the basket strap broke. The round loaf rolled toward a mossy creek bank. Stop! Bread! Robin's vine whip swished out, looping the basket handle. Sophie dove for the loaf. They tumbled into a leaf pile, laughing at each other's muddy noses. But trouble wasn't over. When Robin lifted his star-speckled kettle, Sophie's bread suddenly puffed up. Yeasty beastie feels the magic, she gasped. The linen cloth bulged as the loaf floated like a golden balloon, maple patterns glowing. Catch the yeast spirits, Robin cried in sprite tongue. He tossed golden pixie dust from his cap. Pop! The bread shrank back, but the maple slashes now shimmered with swirling galaxies, a gift from Yeasty Beastie. Robin wiped his brow. It loves forest magic. They spread Sophie's checkered cloth on a velvet mossed boulder. Unwrapping the linen released a bread scent symphony. Top notes of some warm wheat, middle notes of oak aged tan, and an unexpected bass note of pine needles, the forest's signature woven in by magic dust. Robin poured tea into glass cups. Deep purple liquid flowed like amethyst. Mint leaves spun at the bottom, and dewdrops on the rim cast rainbows. Taste human autumn first. Sophie tore off bread crust. Robin cradled it, tiny fangs nibbling. Crackle! The crisp shell split, revealing cloud soft insides. A tiny sin danced like autumn wind on his tongue. Then pumpkin sweetness hugged his taste buds when he crunched a caramelized maple edge. Honeyed richness popped. This tan, silver mist swirled in Robin's eyes. Feels like bare feet on frosty grass, chilly but alive. Sophie sipped from her cup. Tea touched her lips. Boom! Berry tartness burst like fireworks, minty coolness swept in. Then moonlight dew washed through, clearing a path to the forest's heart. Her breath turned violet, each berry seed hides a secret, like a note from a sprite. Sharing sparked magic. Sophie dipped bread into tea and tea fragrance crystallized into gem pearls inside the holes. Robin sprinkled crumbs into his cup. They sank, forming glowing constellations, magic hives where things meet. He swirled the cup, crumb stars waltzing. Robin told berry dangers, almost touching a berry mimic caterpillar. Chased by an owl who thought he was a mouse, Sophie shared Yeasty Beastie's adventures. It once escaped up the chimney, and a bear cub left honey paw prints begging for bread. Laughter shook an acorn loose bunk onto Robin's cap. He chased the giggling squirrel culprit till Sophie built a breadcrumb bridge for peace. As sunset gilded the trees, Sophie gasped at her teacup. Look, our reflections married. In the rippling tea, their images fused. Sophie's braids sprouted ivy. Robin's ears bloomed with berries, light painting a fairy tale scene. The forest friend seal. Robin drew a circle with his maple wand. The reflection solidified on the cloth. Half a sourdough loaf studded with glowing berries, half a teacup frozen with golden wheat. Name our miracle. Sophie tore the cloth seal, handing Robin the tea half. As he touched it, leftover tea boiled. Berry seeds popped into sprouts, vines spiraled into a luminous tree. Bread-shaped fruits hung from branches, shedding glitter like warm rain. The autumn feast tree. Robin hugged the trunk. We'll feast here every fall, sharing with new friends. Sophie buried a piece of yeasty beastie by the roots. Let forest yeast grow more magic bread. Under the first star, they carved vows into the bark. The forest echoed a new song. Sourdough wakes in grandma's crock. Starlight tea sips moon's cool beam. Girl brings autumn in her walk. Sprite weaves dust of magic dream. You teach frost patterns on the pane. I show how berry seeds confess. When new flavors make a home upon your tongue, your heart becomes the whole wild forest's nest. For when we dare to taste the unknown with open hearts, even simple bread and berry tea can brew magic, turning every shared bite into an adventure for the soul. Sophie and Robin linked pinkies, watching the newborn tree sway. Starlit shoots in the moonlight.